Previously on The Sims 4 Big Brother. After losing her boyfriend, Angela fought her way to power and won head of household. Love was not just in the air, but all over the house. Angela soon had to nominate, and she chose Mark and Rohan. However, that all changed when the power of veto came, and the house guests had to go back to Big Brother's big gym, where Knox won another power of veto. Even though Rohan chose Knox to play in the power of veto, it doesn't mean he's going to use it on him. In fact, Knox uses the power of veto on Mark, and Vanessa is named as the replacement nominee for the second week in a row. With the Boys and Girls Alliances still remaining from week 1, it became pretty difficult for Rohan to receive any votes to stay, as the Boys Alliance slowly begins to crumble, and we saw a lot of them turn on Rohan. And eventually, with a 6-3 vote, Rohan is the 4th person to be evicted from the Big Brother house. But Rohan did not leave quietly, and he let Angela and everyone know exactly how he felt before leaving the house. But it's a brand new week in the Big Brother house, and that means a brand new twist and a brand new HOH. Find out who wins tonight on Sims 4 Big Brother! As our house guests reach level 4 of this crazy video game, we have a new twist on our hands, and that is duos. Our house guests will be playing in pairs. However, we will determine those pairs based on how they place in the head of household competition. Now, as ongoing HOH, Angela will not play in this competition and is not eligible to become head of household. For everyone else, however, welcome to Red Light. And the rules are pretty simple. You're all going to stand up on your platform, and we're going to build a little fence around you so you can't leave. And whoever lasts the longest without passing out wins. There will be no bathroom breaks, no breaks for food, and if you pass out, you are eliminated. However, we will give you opportunities to leave if you'd like, but once you step off the platform, you are out of the competition. Alright, on your mark, get set, red light. Now, it's actually pretty funny because I've had some of you beanie weenies mention to me that my competitions looked a bit Squid Gamesy, and I was just kind of chuckling behind my keyboard because I knew this whole time that I had this planned, and just seeing that big baby in the background, it just fills me with so much joy. However, our house guests can't really say the same. Most of them are feeling a bit stressed out, and I didn't max up their needs before we started this competition, so some of them are already feeling pretty low. Now, even with their needs already kind of low, this competition is going to last a while. I mean, this is the real first endurance competition our house guests are going through right now. We've had a few pretty tough ones, but this one is going to last all day and all night because, sure, their bladder might get pretty low. They might pee on themselves, okay? They might be really, really hungry, but all that really matters is if they pass out from sleep deprivation. That's going to be the real challenge here. So even if we see some of our house guests pee themselves, it doesn't mean they're out of the competition. So I mean, all of them can really just let rip whenever they want to. It's just how bad do they not want to embarrass themselves. But I think at some point, almost all of them are going to eventually pee themselves. I mean, surely. One thing that's actually pretty unique about this competition is that our house guests are able to socialize, and sure, they might only be able to socialize with the people around them, but I think that makes it kind of interesting. We see Bob and Vanessa are spending this time to bond with one another, while Angela is taking this time to just nap. This has to be probably the worst competition to have to sit on the sidelines for, as she's going to be over there for quite some time. And it looks as though almost all of our house guests really gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, Yatsubu.
Pissing on yourself is such a double-edged sword. I mean, in one way, you do get to relieve yourself and feel better because you're no longer holding in that pee, but now you not only are filthy, but you're surrounded by piss and other people's smelly piss. Thankfully, we have Angela, who woke up from her nap and is now mopping up some of the puddles she's able to reach. We see that some of our house guests are trying to do that themselves. We have Kaori over here mopping up her own puddle, but she's not going to be able to escape that stank coming from her body right now. And I mean, even if she was able to escape her own, she's now surrounded by so many smelly people. And we've already gone through the day and we're approaching nighttime now. They've been here for so long. I mean, was I keeping track of the fake sim hours? No, I wasn't. But I would have to say it's been like, I don't know, 5-6 hours? I feel like that seems about right. Nighttime is slowly approaching, however, and after Angela has reached as many piss puddles as she could, she decides to go back to sleep. Everyone's eyelids are slowly beginning to droop, and they're openly complaining to Big Brother. However, I'm not giving up anytime soon, and neither are these house guests. But I am hoping we have our first sim to drop here pretty soon, as me and Big Baby over here in the corner are getting kinda bored. Seeing all these house guests in a desert setting, covered in dirt, mud, and grime, stinking, sweating, miserable, it's really giving me Survivor Oasis vibes. Very much Survivor right now, and if you haven't seen my Survivor series, definitely go and check that out. And our house guests have officially made it through the night, and the sun is beginning to rise. And I'm surprised no one has gotten out of the competition yet. And a death would be an elimination from the competition. However, we would revive them immediately after. We have nurses and doctors on standby in the Big Brother house, just so you guys are aware. However, with this early morning sun, it is a little bit nippy here in the desert, and we see that some of our house guests are beginning to not only fall asleep and, be dirty, filthy, and hungry, but they're now potentially freezing to death. I love that we're just making this harder and harder, and none of them are giving up. In fact, some of them are having nice, pleasant conversations, like the one between Rashidah and Zoe. And Angela is definitely giving old school Big Brother player vibes to me because she slept all night, okay? She's just now waking up fully rested, and she changes into some comfortable warm clothes. And I feel like nowadays, if there was a HOH sitting on the sidelines for this, they'd be like, I'm staying up all night with you, I'm cold as well, blah, 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 blah. It'd just be so stupid. No, she was like, I'm warm, I'm tired, goodbye. However, I saw a lot of our house guests complaining, and it's been so long, I decided, why don't I offer a little bit of temptation? And I opened up that fence around all of their platforms, and what do you know, immediately, all of them start hopping right on out of there. And just like that, we are down to 3 players, Diego, Mark, and Knox. But it doesn't take too long for Diego and Mark to drop out, leaving Knox to be our winner and our HOH for the week. Now, this is Knox's second HOH win, and funnily enough, this is actually his second win where he is in a pair. Now, again, we are entering level 4, and this game mode is duos. And all of our house guests are now paired up. They all kind of sat down randomly on those sofas we had to a couch. As we see, some of them got paired up with people that just instantly went over there to fall asleep. And we see that actually Rashidah got paired up with our former HOH, Angela. But Zoe is now paired up with Knox, meaning the two of them will be HOH for the week. Alright, so to go through the pairs, we have our HOHs, Knox and Zoe. And then we have Akira and Mark as a pair. Next up, we have Diego and Vanessa. Then we have Dina and Bob. Our 5th pair is going to be Kaori and Cassandra. And our last pair is Rashidah and Angela. Alright, and how this is going to work is our pair, Zoe and Knox, are going to nominate one other pair. Alright, so just 2 people are going to be on the block, 1 duo. So the 4 of them plus a duo of their choosing will all compete for the power of veto, and they are able to either save themselves or keep the nominations the same. On eviction night, that duo will both face the block, and they will be split up when one of them is sent home. Now, Zoe is just kind of along for the ride this week. Since Knox won the competition, he will be taking charge and will solely be making the choice to put who he wants to put up for nominations. Zoe is just safe and cannot be nominated and will automatically be playing in the power of veto. Zoe will also not be able to vote on eviction night. However, she will be able to vote in case of a tie or anything like that. Now, I kind of talked over a lot of it, but our house guests are surprisingly bouncing back pretty easily following their first endurance competition. Now, of course, a lot of them did have to hop in the shower and get some food in their bellies, but a lot of them are in a pretty good spirits. We see that they're lounging outside, cleaning up the place, and of course, Dina is in the gym like she always is. And also, very stereotypical, we have Kaori hanging out in the bar. Now, according to her little moodlets, she seems to be developing a small drinking problem, and Big Brother's gonna have to keep a little eye on that. Unlike the real Big Brother house, this one does not have an alcohol limit, okay? Alcohol is being served 24/7 in this house. Why? Because I don't care about the welfare and safety of these Sims. In fact, I just want drama. And if Kaori is going to be developing a drinking problem, why did I say it so weird? If she's going to be developing that, I don't really care. I mean, good for her. I'm sure that's going to be very great for her gameplay and for everyone else living with her. And we see Akira is facing a very, very common symptom of being in the Big Brother house, and that is suffering from paranoia. He has now become a very paranoid person, and not only that, but he's like staring at the walls. He's running to the back door to try to break his way out. He's really climbing the walls and hopping the fences. I don't know what he's doing, but I am afraid that he might be going crazy, which again, I kind of love. Meanwhile, in the little gym area in the bathroom, we see that some of our house guests are trying to, meditate, have a clear state of mind, not go crazy. Cassandra and Zoe are trying to slow down, find some zen, and practice some yoga. But it doesn't look like Knox really wants them to do that. He ends up running in there and starts booking it on the treadmill. And of course now Knox and Zoe are kind of secluding themselves from everyone else. If it isn't in their HOH room, it's now in the gym. However, we see that even though Dina is being in the gym 24/7, she isn't necessarily being antisocial, as both Angela and Kaori are over there hanging out with her and talking, trying to get some information out of her. We see that Akira isn't the only one staring at the walls, as I did catch Cassandra doing it for a little bit too. I don't really know what's going on there. Maybe it's some production issue. I don't know. I do really like it though. Like, what a twist if everyone just begins to talk to the walls and to go completely insane. This turns into like a normal Big Brother game into like survival of the fittest asylum sort of game. I don't know, I'd kind of live for that. However, upstairs, we see that Bob is now hanging out in the bar, and he just finished off a glass of beer and is relaxing, but there is no time for relaxation for our HOH Knox. He is on that treadmill, he is working out, and he is not talking to a single person. Neither really is Zoe. The two of them are really keeping to themselves, and there is no game talk really taking place, and there doesn't really seem to be that much game talk taking place without them either. I mean, everyone's either relaxing in the pool, playing some games in the backyard, or making a drink. We see that now Dina is the third up to the bar, and she's taking a break from working out to get her drink on, and I feel like everyone, especially after that grueling HOH competition, isn't trying to talk game right now. They're really just trying to slow down and relax. And I love that even though Angela and Rashidah are just floating in the pool, they still receive that active trait. Yeah, it looks like they're being very active. Now, like I said before, Zoe and Knox are kind of secluding themselves from the rest of the group, but they are really bonding with each other. I mean, Knox and Zoe did just kind of get paired up in the competition, but I feel like this is a great way for them to really bond and potentially form a final two that could last them quite a while in the game. But it's going to be hard for them to have any alone time, as we see they are soon joined by Bob and Cassandra. Now, of course, I'm sure Knox and Zoe are going to be able to find some time to meet up a little bit later, as they are sharing that private HOH room. And I gotta say, Bob is always in the most awkward spot in the house. I mean, he's either watching someone woohoo, is trying to fix a broken toilet, or is just standing a little bit too close to someone that's doing yoga. I don't know, I felt a little bit uncomfortable watching that just now. And while the house guests are winding down, as it's been almost 24 hours since the start of the previous HOH competition, it doesn't look like Knox is in the mood to wind down. He's still feeling pretty energetic after that long workout session, and it's got him a little bit pumped up. And he's now flirting with Vanessa. I don't know, maybe if they get a little close, Vanessa finally won't be the replacement nominee this week, but of course we'll have to wait and see on that. But she seems to really be digging this flirting, and she's flirting right on back. And I mean, you kind of have to with the HOH, right? It'd be really bad gameplay to just flat out deny the HOH before nominations have been made. I mean, I'd be going along with it too. But these Sims are stupid, so would they be thinking of it that way? No, they wouldn't. They are just thinking with their genitals, and their genitals are feeling each other. That sounds horrible. Anyway, they are really liking each other. And I don't know, I kind of ship them. Why is this being so romantic? Like, I feel like for some reason this season of Big Brother has been more successful than Love Island or Are You the One or any of that. I mean, we see that Knox is even like squeezing Vanessa's butt. They're totally full on kissing. Like, it is getting spicy between the two of them. But before we see any of that action go down, I'm going to break it up. I'm going to cool it off just a little bit because we got something very important to do. And that is, of course, is that we have to gather our house guests up as we have nominations that need to be made.
Raza? Yes.
Alright, house guests, and welcome to the nomination ceremony. And as we know, Knox has one head of household. And for this week, all of you are in pairs. Those pairs again being Knox and Zoe, Akira and Mark, Diego and Vanessa, Dina and Bob, Kaori and Cassandra, and Rashidah and Angela. Now, Knox will be nominating one pair to face eviction, and he will be choosing that, again, based on his relationship statuses with these duos. Now, whichever combination he is least closest to will be the duo he chooses to face eviction. And Knox has decided to nominate Cassandra and Kaori. I'm sorry, Cassandra and Kaori, but you are up for eviction. However, it is not permanent as we still have the power of veto. Now, we will choose one other duo to take part in the power of veto competition, but you guys are going to have to wait to see that until Wednesday when we have a brand new episode. If you really want to check on who is paired with who, check out the description below. And if you want to download this house or download the shell and create your own, all of that plus these Sims are available on the Sims 4 gallery at Hot Dogs Sims. And besides that, I will see you guys on Wednesday for a brand new episode. Bye.